Hey everybody, it's Tafony here once again. Hope you're doing well today. We are rambling about the Audio Damage ADM11. It is the Dimensions stereo chorus, and it sounds like this. Okay, before we get started, huge shout out to our good Europal Marios for once again lending this to me. I couldn't do it without you. I believe this is discontinued at this point, but correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think they are doing this module anymore, but please correct me if I'm wrong. I couldn't find it anyway. So what is it? It is a dedicated stereo chorus module. I want to just first off say I love chorus. It's like one of my favorite effects, and it seems really underserved in Eurorack. Maybe, I don't know if the effects aid or what just dominates that territory and nobody wants to like dip their toes in, and this one isn't in production anymore, I don't believe. But chorus is an awesome effect, and why wouldn't I want a module for it? So yeah, I'm excited to check this one out, and I think we are going to just jump right into it with a mono basic waveform. And we'll let you hear it like this. You know, let's start with a triangle wave and mix that in. Here we have a very exciting, very dry triangle wave. What I wanted to point out first and foremost is there is two modes, and despite being named the Dimensions, it is not based off of the Boss pedal, the purple one that I was expecting to be. Rather, it is based off of a DAW plugin that Audio Damage makes themselves called the Dimensions, and the Dimensions is the B mode on here. The A mode, the fluid mode, is 5 modulated delay lines and 2 static delay lines, and the B mode is 6 modulated delay lines, and they are very similar, at least in what I found. Maybe I don't have an ear for it. Maybe the stereo dimension that I wasn't using in my original jam, which we are listening to now, is a little bit different, but I think let's find out and see. So we're going to start out in the B mode. I know it's kind of backwards, but I view the Dimensions mode as the main mode. Let's just see. Bring in our mix. This is not going to start out too exciting. Here's dry. Here's fully wet. It is doing a little bit of wave shaping, as you can see, but we'll just pitch this down a little bit, pitch it up a little bit, just to get it in phase with my oscilloscope for my own simplicity. Sorry. Maybe I need to do this. So, there we go. That's good. Okay. Triangle wave going in, looking like a little bit like a sine at these super low settings. If we bring in the rate, no, let's start with depth, slowest rate, bring in some depth, and notice the stereo field acting differently. I feel like, let's turn that up, I feel like so much of the literal depth of the effect is really owed to the stereo side of things. So if you miss out on the stereo, you're missing out on a lot, and it's converting mono to stereo right now, which is also super awesome. Listen to that. I love chorus. Chorus is underrated. Who's ranking effects? I don't know. So now if we boost up the rate, and this isn't clockable through the CV input, but this will basically just increase that time. If you can pretend there's an LFO internally, which there might be a digital version of them, I don't know, you're basically bring the internal BPM up. And I don't know if the different delay lines are different divisions or what have you, but it'll modulate quicker at the top end. Now what I usually like to do, let's just get totally crazy. This is the beginning of that Rob Zombie song. What I usually like to do is put my depth super high and my rate pretty low. And then we just get like a nice, not flangery, but like a deep sort of, you know, swoosh. And then what I really love about the Dimensions is this feedback mode, which sort of takes it out of the chorus domain and puts it into like reverb territory. And we'll mix it in all the way wet for a moment. I'll pitch this up a little bit actually. It just... Let's go back to totally dry. It just puts it into this little bit of... And the effect is kind of going to be subtle with just droning a single note. But it adds like a nice lusciousness, I guess. Is that the right adjective? I don't know. But it sounds nice. Now, here's dry. Fully wet. Fully dry. Go over to mode A. Fully wet. It's really subtle, the difference between those two, which is fine. They both sound great. Yeah. So that is a basic waveform. What if we take something that's a little less basic, like the Loquelic? And this is where I start to really get excited here. If we can bring in... I prefer the B mode just a little bit more. Turn it up. Suddenly our mono voices become stereo. Feedback it up. My Vic X is getting jealous. Again, I like my rate pretty slow, but maybe we want to modulate said rate. Let's take an LFO from the Mind Phaser. I don't know, maybe we'll modulate the mix. Yeah. Or feedback. Or maybe I'll take a triangle wave and we'll, I don't know, clock that into the depth. Oh, we'll get some flanger territory. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Alright, now, for funds, why don't we take a stereo oscillator in. So this is the Vert Interlegio, which itself is a stereo oscillator. I know you probably didn't come for drones with the chorus, you came for pads, but I don't know why. I just like... I feel like this really goes well for them? I don't know. So we're totally dry right now. I'm gonna get a nice sound out of the Vert. Maybe, I know, we're gonna go crazy for a moment and send it a sequence. Imagine. Alright, here's the Vert. Here's totally dry. Bring in some wetness. And it just sounds huge. I love it. Feedback cranked. Depth cranked. Although I'm attenuating it right up. If you go with super low rate, super low depth and super high rate, you get this like chorusy pinging thing. Feedback down to hear it. Go fully wet. Depth all the way up, rate all the way down. You get this like other super pinging thing. Let's go over to mode A. Modulator depth now again with that LFO. Yeah. I'm here for that. Let's switch modes to the harmonic mode. Look how different those waveforms are from each other. And just because I'm throwing everything I can at it, I don't know. Let's do piston Honda. I don't know, this might be ridiculous. Let's go totally dry. Bring in that depth. I don't know. I feel like this is what a lot of people use Nimia for in their setups, like just for like a little bit of space and a little bit of warble. I'm obviously not going to recommend something that isn't being made anymore over that, but I feel like choruses. I'm not out to recommend anything. I just like feel like this sounds wicked. How's that? So now, what if I patch this out? Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to connect my other thing, but maybe we'll take this opportunity to throw that into there. Let's try doing a little bit of an actual proper sequence. Let's do gate 2 into steady state fade, steady state gate. This is one of my favorite combos, is to plop this into that, and then we'll take our, one of my favorite combos is to do piston Honda into steady state fade, steady state gate. So now we actually have a sequence going. Let's do pitch as well. You can really hear how that feedback. So let's go no feedback. This is totally dry. And then bring in wet. And then bring in the feedback. And that just sounds deadly to me. Let's go to B mode. Alright, fully wet. Let's B mode. And I find with effects like this that spread a lot, that not cranking it fully wet all the way actually allows you to have a little bit more spread, because that fundamental is mixed in with that spread on top, but depends how much of that reverb you want to mix into. So that sounds wicked to me. Let's speed this up. I just think that sounds wicked. What else haven't we tried? Let's do the Instro Sight, which is Super Saw, just because it sounds crazy. Totally dry. It's alright. Instro stuff and the button combos. What's going on? I don't know. Just hit a bunch of knobs until something starts to work, hopefully. Alright, there we go. Super Saw. And sending it pitch now. Alright, bring in the chorus. So if you didn't have enough spread, heard you like spread, dog. Yo, dog, I heard you like unison effects. So I put chorus on your Super Saw. And it sounds wicked. It was dry. it in. Pitch it down a bit. Mix it in a little bit. Shallower depth, fast rate. Get some of that form anti stuff going. Depth all the way up, rate all the way down. I really like that. And I like the feedback all the way up. I'm having a hard time not cranking these because I'm modulating it. Let's modulate the rate instead. Get some of that flangery stuff going. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, Dimensions is super rad. Not enough chorus modules in Eurorack. I'm tafony. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that crap that YouTube is always on my case about not promoting to you. And I'll see you in the next video.